All right, good morning. Hello, everybody. I hope you can all hear and see me okay. If someone could let me know in the chat that everything's coming through on your end, that would be fantastic. I'll wait just a second. Oh, it looks like we have that beginning of the stream ad, so I'll wait just about 30 seconds or so while we wait for that to finish up. Nine more seconds left. I'll just wait for that to finish. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. All right, well, happy November. I cannot believe that it is November 1st. I hope you all had a fantastic Halloween. I ate so much candy that I just don't even want to look at candy for a while. I pushed the candy away this morning, like, don't even look at me. I definitely had my fair share last night. So I hope everyone had a good Halloween. And yeah, we're in November now. We're about halfway through our class, or getting close to halfway through our class. We're in week number 4. So I want to take a few minutes and talk about the things that are due for this week and the materials that we're covering this week. And of course, if you have any questions, this is a wonderful opportunity to ask me as well. So let's go ahead and head over to Canvas together. And we are in weeks 3 and 4 right now. The week number 4 is what opened up as of yesterday on Halloween. So let's take a look at the things that we have going on for this week. And again, if you have questions at any point, feel free to put them in the chat. I would be happy to answer them for you. It's nice and cloudy and cool today. It kind of feels like we're getting into November and fall. It was very warm yesterday. So anyway, we're in week number 4. So our topics for this week are memory and cognition. So we're looking at chapter 7 and chapter 8. So make sure that you read chapter 7 in the ebook and chapter 8 in the ebook on our ebook site. Then, of course, you're going to want to read through the lecture. So remember that these lectures are these 5-page tabs up here at the top. So you have objectives and summary. What will I learn? A little bit of a summary of what we're going to cover. And then right here, beyond the book, deja vu, right? A little bit of a side topic here. In pop culture, lots of movies about memory. A little clip here from Finding Nemo for you, related to probably one of the best memory loss characters that we have. Some key terms and review on the 4th page, and then the last page is always going to be application. I made a little video about how to improve your memory, and then some information about state-dependent memory. So make sure you click on all of the links, watch any videos that I've included. You'll also want to watch the chapter 7 lecture video where I'm lecturing here on Zoom about chapter 7. Take notes, pay attention. Same thing for chapter 8, right? So make sure that you read the chapter in the ebook, and then you'll want to, of course, go through the lecture, click on all of the links, read through the summary and objectives. Beyond the book, I talked a little bit about intelligence tests, which is something that will be helpful for your discussion this week. I made a video about the characteristics of a good test that might be really helpful. There's some fun links to IQ tests that are online that you could do just for fun. On the in pop culture page, a little bit about language and problem solving and intelligence related movies. The key terms page, here are all the key terms that you need to know for the exam from chapter 8. And then finally on the application page, a little bit about increasing your intelligence. So make sure again that you click on all those links, watch anything that I've included. Don't forget to also watch the chapter 8 lecture video where I am lecturing about chapter 8. I definitely talk a little bit about escape rooms, one of my favorite things in the world to do. I've done like 96 of them up to this point as of today. After you have read the chapters and completed all of the lectures and lecture materials and videos, then you will do discussion 7 and 8. Discussion number 7, if we click on that, we are looking at chapter 7, right? So we're talking a little bit about how you can improve memory and how you could hold on to things. As always, make sure that you watch my video that I created with my overview. Be sure to answer all the questions in detail. I haven't graded things from week 3 yet since everything is due this Sunday night, but make sure that you're responding. Think about them like mini papers. Really elaborate. Don't forget to also reply to a classmate. With this one, what you're doing is I gave you a 28-digit sequence of letters and numbers in the video up here. And I want you to write a little bit about if you had to retain or memorize this 28-digit sequence and you had no way of writing it down, how would you hold on to it for a matter of seconds? And how might you hold on to it for a matter of days? Now, I put a hint right here, right? Hint, several methods for encoding and retaining information in our short-term and long-term memory were discussed in the lecture and textbook. I'm looking for you to reference these methods and to reference different methods for your responses to remembering something for seconds versus remembering something for days. So make sure you're providing me with specific methods and details. Explain, right? So describe in detail how you would hold on to that information, linking it to the things that we covered. I also want to think about a little bit 2 specific strategies that could help you when studying for an exam. Make sure you describe in detail. And then do you have any personal tips for memory that you would like to share? Any strategies that you use in your personal life to help you remember information and so on? So very much related to memory and kind of connecting things in that way. Discussion number 8. After you've done number 7, discussion number 8 is all about cognition. So again, watch my little video, make sure that you are responding in a very detailed way, showing off your knowledge and application of the materials. This one is related to intelligence. So in your own words, how would you define intelligence? You can write out a definition or describe attributes and behaviors that you think of when you think of people who are intelligent. What are some things that you can do to increase your intelligence? And then finally, this last one is definitely worth the most points here. The book and the lecture discuss 3 different characteristics that a test should have in order to be a good test of intelligence. What are they? And I would like you to define them, describe them, really provide some detail to demonstrate that you understand the content. So talking about reliability, validity, and standardization, define them, describe them. You might even give an example, but definitely highlight those, make sure that you go into some depth about them. And as always, don't forget to reply to a classmate with both of these. So don't forget to post your own response and then also reply to a classmate. You also have exam number 2 that's due this week. So if you click on exam 2, it's going to remind you that it's on the ebook site. Just like with the first exam, you have 75 minutes to take it and you only get 1 attempt. So make sure that you're organized and ready and all set to go before you begin, that you have a nice quiet place to take the test, you have good internet, you have as much under control as possible. Also really make sure that you have studied and prepared. If you are trying to look up every answer, you are going to run out of time or be very tight on time. So it's going to be important that you have studied and prepared and that you're organized and set. So if it were me, what I would do in order to be prepared is I would go through and complete the study guide. Now remember, with every exam, I've given you a study guide. It's right here underneath it where it says study guide number 2. So anything that is on here will be on the test. So make sure you know all of these terms from chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 7, and chapter 8. If it's on here, make sure you know it. I would go through and write or type out all of these terms and then have it in front of me. Then I don't have to go and try and look anything up. I have all of that information. If I ask you a question, for example, about validity, I don't have to go try and find that in the book or in the lecture. I would have it written out right in front of me. That's probably the best way that you can ensure success on the exam. But make sure that you've studied and prepared. Chapter 6 is a tough one, so make sure that you understand US, UR, CS, and CR, that you could identify those things in an example. Really important to make sure that you've got those. Remember, I will never trick you on an exam. As long as you've studied and prepared, you should be in good shape. But please try not to wait until Sunday night. Try not to wait till the last minute. Inevitably, that's when things go wrong. So try and take it a little bit early if you can. Set yourself up for success. Study and prepare, and you should be in fantastic shape. Most of you have been doing great on the exams. So as long as you do those things, you should be all set. So those are the big things for this week. Read through chapter 7 and 8, watch the videos and the lectures, complete discussion number 7, discussion number 8, exam number 2. I will give you the optional Twitch extra credit here in just a moment, but make sure that you're also doing that if you would like. If you're joining me here live, or if you're watching this later and are subscribed, you can still do it then. I will post a recording of this when we're done today. It takes a little bit of time, but I'll have it posted later today. And of course, you can always double check your weeks 3 and 4 wrap up. So everything that's on here should be done by this Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. So I'm just going to put that here in the chat. Remember that everything from weeks 3 and 4 is due by this Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Okay, so I put that in the chat just to help you remember, but everything from weeks 3 and 4. So if you have not done week number 3 yet, make sure that you go back and work on that. But everything from week 3, so discussions 5 and 6 and self-assessment number 1, along with discussions 7 and 8 and exam number 2, are all due by this Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Our next Twitch live stream next week, I will likely be moving it to Thursday. So we are doing some interviews for our new psychology faculty that we will be hiring. So I'm going to make our next Twitch live stream, and I'll put this here in the chat. Our next Twitch live stream will be on Thursday, November 10th at 10:30 in the morning. Okay, so 10:30, because I'm having to come home to do these. It's not letting me on at school, which is super obnoxious. But our next Twitch live stream will be on Thursday, November 10th at 10:30 in the morning, rather than our normal on Tuesday, because Tuesday we have interviews all day. And a lot of people don't have school on Tuesday because it's election day, and it's a local like professional development day for a lot of elementary and high school and middle school. So just want to be mindful of that. So hopefully Thursday might work. If not, you can always watch the recording later, of course. The last thing I have for you is to give you the extra credit question for today. So let me bring that up here. I have it written out. So I'm going to post that in the comments. I also have this announcement here. Since we are in week number 4, quite a few of you who have subscribed for free, remember it's only good for 30 days. So make sure that you're just kind of taking a look at that. If your subscription has expired, you do need to go back in and manually renew it. It's free to renew it. You can do it as many times as you want. You just have to go through and do that. So really quickly, to show you that, let me just kind of move this up and over so you can see. If you go on to Twitch and you go to a Twitch channel, so I can't show you on my own, but I will show you on a football one that I follow because I am obsessed with fantasy football. So let me show you on this channel here. So if you were pretending this was my Psyched with Setmire channel, notice that right here there's this little purple bar underneath where it says subscribe. If you click on that bar, it brings up this drop-down menu. And all the way at the bottom, see how you can click on Use Prime Sub and then subscribe for free with Prime. That's how you renew it. So if you've noticed that you do not have the football cake next to your name anymore, or that your subscription has ended, maybe you're getting a lot of ads, you could go back and do that. For me, that would be fantastic. It'll be good for 30 more days and all the way through the rest of this month, which would be perfect. And again, it saves me so much time. So I really appreciate so much those of you who have been doing that. It makes my life so much easier that I don't have to go through and find out who was here and download that. So thank you for those of you who've been doing that. Last thing, as I said, let me give you the extra credit question for this week. So the extra credit question is, what does it mean that our short-term memory can hold 7 plus or minus 2 pieces of information? What does it mean that our short-term memory can hold 7 plus or minus 2 pieces of information? And when you're ready to answer that, you'll go over to Canvas. Let's go back to our Canvas page here. And you'll click on optional Twitch extra credit number 4, since we are in week number 4. Let me click on student view so it looks correct. And then up here at the top, you can click on start assignment. And that will bring up this little text box where you can type your answer here. Wow. Spelling it wrong. Type your answer, and then at the bottom hit submit. That's going to give you that confetti burst. Oh, and there's some hot air balloons in there too. This is due by Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. So make sure you get going on that. I do grade them throughout the week, so if you get it wrong, I will let you know, and you're welcome to try again. But that is the extra credit for today. Make sure that you get going on weeks 3 and 4. 3 if you didn't do it last week. 4 if you are all caught up. Don't forget exam number 2. Use that study guide and prepare. And everything is due by this Sunday night, November 6th at 11:59 p.m. So if you haven't put your name in the chat, make sure you do that. Unless you're subscribed, then you don't need to worry about it. Again, take a moment and check that subscription status sometime today. Thank you for those of you who keep doing that. And then I will hang out for a little bit. If you do have any questions, I am here and happy to answer them for you. You can just go ahead and put them in the chat. I am going to minimize my video just so I'm not staring at myself. But if you do have any questions for me, I am here and would be happy to answer them for you. So I'll be monitoring on my phone. Otherwise, have a wonderful week. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you all on Thursday next week for our next Twitch live stream. And I will change that here on the calendar in a moment, or I'll do that right now while I'm waiting for you, just so that I don't accidentally confuse any of you with that next live stream. All right, you two have a wonderful day. Happy November. Like I said, it's crazy to think that it is November today. So here, let me move this to Thursday, and then we'll change it to 10:30. That way it doesn't confuse anyone by having the wrong day and time in there. And again, I am still here. I'll be hanging out, just updating some of these things while I wait to see if there are any questions. But there we go. Now it's on Thursday the 10th. At 10:30. Okay.